So many people don't realize that A, we're shallow breathers. When you actually stop to take a deep breath, you feel it because so many of us don't do it. And we almost take it for granted, which sounds so horrible because without it, obviously, we don't exist. The importance of breathing, Sheikh, please.
Yeah, well, I mean, you mentioned it, right? It's like it's the one thing that we can go the least amount of time without before we inevitably pass away, right? And especially if we don't have some sort of training with our breath, right? Um, so the way that I've been humbled in my experience to recognizing what I don't have a choice to be grateful or appreciative of. I have to be grateful or appreciative of, which gratitude and appreciation can be a practice, but fundamentally it's just acknowledgement, right? Like if we just simply bring our attention to acknowledge something, that is the most fundamental practice of gratitude and appreciation. And so that's where it starts, right? Like if we have the ability just to go through, a few moments, hopefully many moments in our day where we can just simply bring our attention and acknowledge the flow of our breath, just that in itself is essentially the doorway into something like meditation. Like that's one of the most foundational, fundamental meditative practices, which is let's just watch the natural inflow and outflow of the breath. And just like watching the inflow and outflow of some waves or the trees or the sun or the clouds will bring peace. It will bring, such a direct, very quick experience of peace, because all you're doing is dropping all the things that you think you need to be doing or think you need to be thinking about and think you need to be engaging and controlling and manipulating in our life, and just coming back to watch the natural processes that are always keeping you healthy and alive and loved, essentially. It's the most fundamental form of love, to recognize that the body, no matter how bad you treat it, will still handle itself for you as best as it can, right? And so all of, coming back to that piece where I mentioned, like in my journey, being humbled to my experience of recognizing what I can't go without is where I started focusing and changing my focus upon these things with more intensity, more amount of energy, more amount of time, because I recognize, like, just like when we don't pay attention to like a relationship or a loved one, right? And then inevitably someone comes to their deathbed and they see how much time they wasted focusing on other things, recognizing what really mattered. Well, even beyond that, it starts with our own body, right? And the care for our own body and how our body is speaking to us through the breath, through its digestive processes, through its, through the skin and the hair and the nail, like seeing like how's your body speaking to you. And that comes first and foremost through attention, bringing attention to it. Right.
That's some deep shit. And you have lovely hair. So I know you're definitely paying attention.